We have some major news breaking in the theme park world, centered around the one and only Six Flags Corporation. A mysterious company has just filed a series of trademarks that suggest several Six Flags parks could be on the verge of being sold. This isn't just a rumor, it's based on official government filings that paint a very curious and, for many fans, a very concerning picture. In this video, we're going to break down which parks appear to be involved and uncover the unknown operator that seems to be making a play for them. For anyone whose home park is on this list, this is a huge story that could change everything. Why would a brand new company file a flurry of trademarks to rename these parks that it doesn't even own? That's a multi-million-dollar question at the heart of this story. A mysterious new player has submitted dozens of applications that correspond directly with existing Six Flags properties, signaling a potential shakeup in the North American theme park landscape. We're about to piece together all the evidence so you know exactly what seems to be going on. Let's go straight to the evidence. On January 9th, 2026, a company named Enchanted Parks Holdings LLC, which lists an Orlando, Florida mailing address, filed a series of applications with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. These aren't just for small-time merchandise. The filings cover amusement park and theme park services. In other words, the brand identities for entire parks. The names they're trying to secure are incredibly specific and should set off some alarm bells for theme park fans. They include Enchanted Parks St. Louis, which corresponds to Six Flags St. Louis, and Enchanted Parks Michigan's Adventure, which clearly aligns with the current Michigan's Adventure. There are also filings for Enchanted Parks Oceans of Fun, which is the water park that's tied to Worlds of Fun, and Enchanted Parks Galveston, which lines up with the Schlitterbahn water park, now in the Six Flags portfolio. Perhaps most telling are the applications for Enchanted Parks Great Escape Lodge, which is the lodge connected to the Great Escape, holding the hotel in it. It's highly unusual for a company to spend the time and money trying to trademark names so directly linked to another corporation's assets. This kind of move often suggests that a deal is being explored, either a planned sale or a strategic spin-off that Six Flags is involved in. When asked about it, a Six Flags spokesperson declined to comment on rumors or speculation, but did confirm the company is actively reviewing its portfolio and looking to get it smaller and more nimble, like they talk about in the conference call earlier last year. To understand why Six Flags might even consider selling off a chunk of its parks, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, the massive Six Flags and Cedar Fair merger. After these two industry giants combined in mid-2024, the new entity began managing a portfolio of 42 parks. Almost immediately, analysts began speculating that a portfolio review was coming. The new Six Flags Entertainment Corporation has been vocal about its goal of portfolio optimization, which is corporate speak for shedding non-essential assets to reduce debt and streamline operations. On a business call last year, an executive even stated that making the portfolio smaller and more nimble is a priority. There's also significant financial pressure. The merged company is handling a large amount of debt and recently announced it would issue $1 billion in senior notes to raise cash. It also recently passed on an opportunity to buy out its partners at Six Flags Over Texas, stating it didn't align with current capital priorities. When a company is looking to free up cash and focus on its resources, selling parks with decent income but maybe limited growth potential is a logical, if painful, next step. This isn't about parks failing. It's about a corporate strategy to reshape the company for the future. So, which parks are at the center of all this speculation? The trademark filings give us a very clear and frankly alarming roadmap. So let's go through the list of parks implicated by these Enchanted Parks filings. First, the filings point towards Six Flags St. Louis. This would be a big one for many, as it's one of the original 3 Six Flags parks, but it appears to be targeted for a new identity as Enchanted Parks St. Louis. Next is the Great Escape and their Hurricane Harbor, along with the Great Escape Lodge in New York. This has always been a more family-focused property in the chain, so its inclusion in a potential sale makes a certain strategic sense. Then there's Michigan's Adventure. This park has a loyal fan base, but has long been viewed by some as underinvested by its corporate owners. Also on the list are two major water parks, Oceans of Fun in Missouri, which is the water park half of the Worlds of Fun park, and Schlitterbahn Galveston in Texas, which came from the Cedar Fair side of the merger. This is the part that hits home for so many people. We form deep emotional connections to our home parks. They're filled with memories of our first roller coasters and long summer days. Seeing them on a list like this creates a ton of uncertainty, a fear these filings have now made very real. If Six Flags is the seller, who is the mysterious potential buyer? Who exactly is Enchanted Parks Holdings LLC? At first, the name is a total mystery, but some incredible online investigating from theme park fans seems to have cracked the case. Forum users all over discovered that the domain name enchantedparks.com redirected to an Orlando-based company called Innovative Attraction Management, or IAM. IAM's website is very revealing. It notes that its team includes former Walt Disney World cast members and states that they are actively seeking to acquire high-performing water and amusement parks. It's not just a mission statement. They have a track record. IAM recently acquired Enchanted Forest Water Safari in New York. And telling, one of the new trademark filings is for Enchanted Parks Water Safari. The breadcrumbs all seem to lead to one conclusion. Enchanted Parks Holdings LLC is very likely an acquisition company created by IAM to build a new park chain. And its first major purchase could be a package deal from Six Flags. This would mean new potential owners are industry veterans with experience learned from one of the most respected operators in the world. So what could all this mean for the future of these parks? What would an enchanted park actually feel like? While nothing is confirmed, the clues give us a lot to speculate on. First is the name itself, Enchanted Parks. It's a huge hint. It could suggest a pivot away from the high-thrill, adrenaline-fueled branding of the Six Flags chain. This new brand sounds more focused on family-friendly experiences and perhaps a more immersive, story-driven atmosphere. For the ride lineups, this might mean an end to the arms race for the tallest and fastest coasters. Instead, we could perhaps expect a more targeted, modestly scaled additions, like family coasters and major investments in water attractions. The potential new owners stated focus on operational excellence and guest experience, hints at a philosophy drawn from the Disney playbook, prioritizing a well-run, clean park over pure thrills. The trademarks for the lodges and camping resorts are also interesting, suggesting an intent to develop these properties into integrated regional destination resorts. This doesn't mean your favorite coasters would disappear. In the short term, the ride lineups would likely remain just under a new brand, but it does suggest that future investments could follow a very different philosophy. We might see existing areas rethemed to fit the enchanted motif, and a greater focus on rounding out the park's offerings for a broader family audience. For parks that have felt neglected, this could be a major blessing. To sum this all up, a series of official trademark filings strongly suggests that the newly merged Six Flags could be exploring the sale of several of its regional parks. The likely buyer appears to be Enchanted Parks Holdings LLC, a new company that seems to be backed by experienced park operators. The parks implicated in the filings, including Six Flags St. Louis, The Great Escape, Michigan's Adventure, could eventually be rebranded and repositioned as a more family-focused destination. This is a massive developing story in the theme park industry, and it will directly impact the futures of several beloved parks. While a sale is not official yet, these findings are the clearest indicator we could ask for that a major change is on the horizon. Now I have to turn the question over to you. What do you think of this potential sale? Is your home park on the list? Would you be excited for an Enchanted Parks rebrand, or are you worried about losing the Six Flags identity? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you want to stay up to date on this story, make sure you like the video, share it with a friend who needs to know, and subscribe so that you don't miss the next update. Thanks for watching.